Word. Now recording.
Blah 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 blah. Introduction. Blah 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 blah. You know where the fuck you are. Now, like I was saying, actually, like you were saying, that is true until a point. Just because it's how you view your brand.
Yep.
Like I view my brand more like a rapper. Like I give positively zero fucks about the overall feelings of people. Now, if someone wants to actually come to me and try and have a conversation with me without trying to scold me and act like some kind of parent or father figure or person of authority on some shit when they just another motherfucker, cool, we can talk. But like, yeah, I just don't give a fuck.
Come to me like an adult, and we can have a conversation like an adult.
Exactly. If you
I
don't want
still
to
might
have a
not agree with you, but we can still have a conversation.
we at least got an A for effort.
Yeah.
We
Or A
tried.
for almost.
Exactly. You got that AE almost efforted. You know what I mean? It's like it's not hard to think. Which is just a fancy way of saying change your mind. But you can always think in a different way. It's just we can try. You may not change my mind. I may not change your mind. But like we still have made an attempt and hopefully learned something from the fucking conversation.
That is the point of lots of things.
That is the point of many things.
Oh.
Funny enough, sitting here in the chat, Onesi, that's homegirl Cheyenne, who's dope as fuck, and will be sitting in on a her first appearance on the podcast tomorrow in the morning. She gets the morning version of me, which is I apologize ahead of time. No,
Whoopsie.
she's fucking talented as fuck, and I'm gonna fucking single her out right now because that woman deserves massive recognition.
Look at you being all sweet and shit.
I'm not. I'm just being fucking honest.
You're a sweet old teddy bear, goddammit.
Hell no, I'm not.
To the people you
I
like.
That's true.
See? So shut the fuck up.
I actually just got accused of bullying in this fucking server that I'm on because I was making jokes about Canadian people.
Oh, hey, they'll get over it.
Oh no, I guarantee that this bitch is gonna fucking end up kicking me out because a bunch of us were up in like the general chat talking, and then all of a sudden fucking she recreates the simp channel because we weren't directing our conversation at her, and now like all the chat's dead. It's
Interesting.
oh dude, it's fucking hilarious because there's still some of us like we're the
Oh,
ones that she yelled at because we're the only ones using the chat, but people are seeing what we're saying and being offended even though they're not part of the fucking conversation.
hmm.
And I know this wasn't the point of tonight's podcast, but for some reason we always end up here. I blame you.
Me?
Yes,
What
you.
the fuck did I do?
You're the one who's supposed to keep things orderly. We're here to talk about Batman.
Well, I mean, to,
How
to, to
how how the fuck did it not wow you?
probably because I need to watch it again. Um, I was paying attention.
Yeah.
I was paying attention, but like I said, it was a long ass movie. I wasn't tired per se, but I was planning on trying to just have it on in the background while I was working today, but that
Oh
didn't work.
no.
That didn't
No.
work out. Um,
Yeah, you
kept getting phone calls, but no. I like I said, I liked it, but I wasn't floored. I didn't dislike it by any means. Like I said, it it was a very well um, Batman Year One esque type of film, and there were very little subtle nuances that I thought were fucking fantastic that I would have liked to have seen the Ben Affleck Batman have as well, because then I would have had my perfect Batman. You bring the Pattinson detective Batman that they wrote, and you give me the warehouse fight scene from Dawn of Justice, and I'm happy. I'm basically playing on the Arkham video games at that point, which was pretty badass. So I like what they did in that respect. It was very, very detective oriented, and I would dare say more so detective oriented than the Bale movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I really appreciated the Riddler
Mm-hmm.
until that fucker was unmasked and realized that that could have been my fucking neighbor, that I could have just fucking forehead, elbowed in the forehead a couple of times and he wouldn't have gotten a lot of people killed. But at the same time, the and spoilers ahead for those who haven't seen the movie. We talk about movies that we've already seen, obviously. So if you're sitting in here and haven't seen it, gets to stepping or
Yeah.
beware.
Oh well.
But there was a social recognition or shining light on aspect. And I know we don't like to do political shit here, and it only made me think of this for a second,
No,
just
you
because.
don't like to do political shit. I love to see that. Don't. You don't.
Okay,
You don't.
I don't. But the whole call to arms and the freaking malarkey and shenanigans that he orchestrated reminded me of the Capitol shit with Trump, and just real subtle nudge to it. And I was like, wow, you get enough people riled up about something, you can get them to go do anything. And I was kind of afraid, even though they brought it to light, and I know it's fantasy, that some dumb fucks would still try to go pull something off like that. Which you can never blame the movie for because people are stupid anyway without that kind of shit. But it made me think about that for a split second. And I'm backing off from that. I did really, really, really love that he wasn't perfected in
Yeah.
his skills, so that he was still getting hit, he was still taking punches, he was still taking blows, he was still
Little
um
shotgun blast. Ooh.
dude. And he wasn't he wasn't he wasn't avoiding things as much as he is in his later days as Batman. So you can still see that he was refining his craft. One thing I talked to my super Batman freak friend about, he's a little older than us, and he's been on Batman's nuts as far as he can remember, and I appreciate his opinion about stuff. He he loved it, absolutely loved it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and like I said, I thought it was a great first iteration into this rebirth of the Batman franchise in that respect. And yes, pun intended about rebirth and the DC New 52 and all that shit. That was on purpose. But I think I would have liked to have seen. Yeah, the movie was almost 3 hours, but I think I would have liked to have seen just maybe like a 2 or 3 minute kind of side thing on him, at least combat training, not necessarily with the League of Shadows, but just something where we see him training.
We
But
already seen that so many fucking times. It's like I. All right. I'm.
so that's why I said like 2 or 3 minutes, and it didn't need to be a full on training montage.
No.
I
No.
wanted to see
No.
something to the effect of you remember in was it B versus Super? Yeah, Dawn of Justice, how Ben Affleck was just working out and it was really quick. It was super quick. It wasn't even like overly developed.
That's not this movie. This is the detective movie. That's why all this we see one picture of him being just the beach is that way fucking jacked with his shirt off from behind, and that's it for a reason. Because this is mental muscle Batman. This is
It
why
is.
Batman
Yeah.
has his plot armor.
But I'm not
Like
intimidated by him. And
you're
even Pattinson said he wasn't going to work out for this film at all, and I can respect that. But I was not think even with Bale in the costume, it wasn't super physically imposing. It wasn't super physically imposing. But when Bale was shirtless, you would not want to fuck with him. I didn't feel that for Robert Pattinson, which takes nothing away from him. That's just me
yeah,
being the
that's
the
just the direction of the film. I'm just saying that just comes down to how this is not this is a Batman film that is for the comic book nerds. Like
yeah.
the like
I'll rephrase that for you. It's for the comic book, the DC comic book nerds, where DC stands for Detective Comics. Because
this is for the actual. This is one of the few times I'm gonna say this. This is for the actual comic book Batman nerds that are
yeah,
past the whole just the movie pun Adam West New 52 bullshit. Like this is year two Batman. This is Jim Gordon. Like besides the animated series, this man, if you dip him white, you have Jim Gordon from the comics live action. That is the only thing missing. His mannerisms, how he checks fucking Batman, his fatherly tone that Alfred wishes he had in that fucking jail cell sequence. That look and bat and because that's not Bruce Wayne at all. We do not see Bruce Wayne once on screen, and that kind of makes me mad that they put his name up there in subtitles because that is strictly the Batman. We do not see Bruce once at all. Maybe a little bit towards the end after Riddler's caught. Maybe a little bit.
when he's talking to the Mary elect lady, Real, that is somewhat Bruce Wayne, but even still, he wasn't even
That's
he wasn't he
Batman acting like Bruce
as
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah, he wasn't
Yeah,
like
we
you
don't see
know
Bruce Wayne.
he's an
I was talking with
yeah.
Gerard about this. I don't know how Robert Pattinson is gonna be as Batman as Bruce Wayne. I haven't seen it yet. He is one of the best Batmen ever, ever. Like
It's gonna come down to him
he and
embracing that duality of his life. So to to um to not necessarily throw off, but to create those two separate personas where his real identity is Batman and his secret identity is, I mean, where his Batman is, I mean, Bruce Wayne is his alter ego. Because
also
I
what
can,
we saw too, and I'm you brought up a couple good points when you were talking about like your breakdown of the movie. What we saw is the ultimate bridge between the Joker and the Snyderverse. Look at the crowd scene where they're protesting with the Riddler. Or you know what I'm saying? Like no more lie. That's right there, reminiscent and foreshadowing of the Joker type shit bleeding in. Plus, with the age of when they interacted, kind of around the same time as when that shit was going down, and renewal would make sense after all the shit that happened in the Joker movie.
yeah.
Continue.
Weren't there rumors that they were going to have that Joker be in the Pattinson films?
I mean, it makes sense because then it would also go on the DC chain of there being more than one Joker, and you can add then fold it into it being basically a title that other people pick up, like the Batman.
Yeah.
You know, and it could explain a lot, especially from the deleted scene that they have out there. That's dope as fuck. That's like one of the best fucking true crime scenes ever filmed in the past 10 years when fucking Batman's talking to the Joker. Like that is Manhunter. Like that is like fucking the Zodiac. Good camera work.
What are you talking about?
The deleted scene from the Batman where Batman goes to visit the Joker.
Oh, um,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Joker that the Riddler was talking to in the cell that they were laughing maniacally together.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Because it's one of them headcanons going around where Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is just like the Joker that started it all. Like he's like the DCEU version of like the gangster Joker, like the Golden Age Joker, you know,
Yeah.
the comedian type of thing. And he inspires a bunch of them, and then some just step up and become Joker.
You know what it makes me think of, honestly, is the Joker gang in Batman Beyond.
Basically, yeah.
And then you get that Batman Beyond movie where the Joker comes
Um,
back, but was it God, it's been so long, but it was like
Jason
it
Todd and
was
that
Jason,
motherfucker. Yeah.
yeah, like it was in like some cloning or mind manipulating. I forget what it was. It's been so long
Oh,
since
yeah, it
I've
was
seen
some
that
fuck
one.
shit.
But that was super interesting. I was like, wow. So you know, it's it's like you said, it's almost like the passing of the torch of the name of the Batman, or
Yep.
you know, passing of the torch like in the
Of
MCU
the
of
Joker.
the you know of Captain America. There's a new Captain America now. It's a title. It's a mantle. And
Speaking of MCU, I have never been a Thor fan, but what they are doing with the Thor character in the movies, I absolutely love. And I am so excited to fucking see Jane Foster Thor. Like, of all the MCU characters they have brought, of all the Marvel characters they brought to the MCU, so far she is the most accurate with that chrome dome fucking helmet. I love it.
so here's my 2 cents on that. I like Jane Foster in the comics. I did read that arc when she became Thor. It was pretty
Yeah.
damn interesting.
Oh, it was
I
really good.
I do, however, not like Natalie Portman as Jane Foster
Yeah.
in the Dark World and in the first Thor movie. It was really dry for me.
She
Nothing,
she she got Phantom Menace in the Dark World. If we're gonna be honest, it's like
and
that.
you know,
That
she's a great actress. I'm not taking anything away from her, but it wasn't it for me. It was like she was forgettable in that
yeah.
role for me. So I'm hoping whatever they're doing, and then in some of the stupid groups, I won't say stupid groups, but the entertaining groups that you and I are both in, that I'm still in on Facebook. It's like, what is this, a variant of Thor now? We got a female variant. First we get a female variant Loki. Now we get female variant Thor. I was like, you're in an MCU Marvel group, and before you open your mouth, you don't go and just do a quick Google search. But that's people for you. They just
Or
open their
even
mouth
on
with that.
top of that, you don't know the established lore. We're already within the MCU, where Odin established that he who is ever worthy of the name Thor may pick up this hammer and wield the power.
Exactly, and
Like,
that's in the comic book and in the fucking movie, in the first Thor movie.
yeah, and it's just like, I mean, I'm honestly hoping that it's a variant so we can get cancer patient Jane Foster, and they don't give the MCU one the cancer patient, and you know what I mean? Give Thor the multiverse love and give her character the first soft reboot. That's what I would like to see personally, kind of like how they did with Batman. Like, because that
So you
Batman
would
that
like to, so let me take a step back, make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. You would like to see the established current MCU Jane Foster be the cancer patient, like she gets sick in the comic, and then this Jane Foster be from another universe,
no,
or no?
I want the Jane Foster from another universe to be the cancer patient one. Just because it's
Well,
like I can't like you're saying, dude. In number two, her character went to shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, can we just can we start again? Like I'm the same with you, dude. Like legit, I love Natalie Portman. Like she is a fucking beast. But when you give her shit, she can only shine it up so much.
right.
I mean, you give any talented fucking artist a crappy script, they can only do what they can do. I mean, I'm sorry to have to say it like that, but
Yeah.
eh, so I'm
No.
I'm hoping that we do get a variant. So to type what I can't Korg, I can't say his real actual fucking name. Watiti.
Taika.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to call him Wheaties.
You
But
know, no disrespect to him, but sometimes I just call him Waikiki.
yeah,
Just real
I'm not
easy because people know what I'm talking
right.
about.
Exactly. Like I just like it's Cord, the guy who played Blackbeard and the Pirate Show. Like
Yeah.
he's fucking he's a badass, and him with I could see him adapting over that character proper.
Yeah.
Like because we did with Ragnarok Hulk, we got like the savage childlike Hulk, and he did a great job with that because I mean Hulk is a hard character to. Mm,
I know
it,
we talked about it a little
yeah, we have. I mean,
bit.
and they got a lot of fucking ground to cover though. But back to Batman, because Batman actually stepped up a lot of ground for the DC films, dude. Like that Batman, I could see becoming Ben Affleck. Like that 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 lays the groundwork. Also with the time periods, it's like,
Oh, so where he's seen so much where he just becomes ruthless, and that's the Batman we end up with in the
yeah,
Snyderverse. Older.
basically, yeah.
I can see that.
Especially with Discovery now taking over Warner Brothers and looking to bring back the Snyderverse because Justice League did so well, which would make sense. But if they're going to do that, I outright say we start a petition and I demand Green Lantern John Stewart. Sorry, I need Green Lantern John Stewart.
So I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I don't
Be careful.
mind.
Be careful what the fuck you say, man.
I don't. It's not
I
about Green
will
Lantern. It's
take
not
away
about.
your roles and silence you in a second. Be careful what you say about my
It's
Green
not about.
Lantern.
It's not about Green Lantern at all.
Okay, cool.
Um, I like I like Snyder as a director. I don't want him touching the story. I don't want him writing it. I don't want him writing it at all.
I want
Bless you.
him.
Coffee or smoking, whatever you're doing.
I want him with the story. Yes, I want him involved in the story writing process. In the actual scripting, I would like it to be more of an Empire Strikes Back George Lucas situation, personally, where it's like
Mm,
he has input because he will be, either he's going to be scripting or he's directing, one of the two.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and at this point, I would love to see if they do it smart. They should copy what fucking Disney did with Star Wars and form their own Trinity. They need their own Favreau, their own Filoni, and their own. Uh,
Bryce Dallas
uh,
Howard.
thank you. Yay,
You're welcome.
power of marijuana. Um, but yeah, they need to do that. They have their opportunity now. Like, expect, dude. And I'm sorry, as a hardcore nerd, with them bringing this shit back, I need to see Granny Goody whoop the ever loving dog shit out of Wonder Woman. I was so hoping to see that.
I mean, we weren't going to get
But
that yet because she. So here's my opinion. Well, I don't think we were going to get that first off because of what happened with the MCU and Thanos whooping the dog shit out of Hulk, and you have a villain here, a Titan who is base strong as Hulk, but is more military experienced in hand to hand combat. So it's feasible that that happens because it happens in the comic books. Hulk get his ass handed to him in the comic book several times.
but it
But
has to happen fast because it also plays off the fact that the longer Hulk fights, the angrier he gets, already
and
established with the Hulkbuster armor.
right, and then you won't be able to do shit against him. So he had to disarm him quickly.
With the
So
quick, yes.
I don't know if they wanted because there was a lot of backlash on
Oh,
that,
yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
the part about it that pissed me off so much is like I didn't care that Hulk got his ass handed to him. I was more pissed off that we didn't get a slight retribution scene where Hulk comes back out and kind of what Wanda did to past Thanos and was about to give him the business, and Thanos doesn't know why Hulk is
I
that
don't even
pissed.
know who you are. You will.
Right, you will. So
Like,
I
fuck
wanted
that
just a
woman power scene. That scene, it was like, that's why you are nice to females. That right there. Mm.
because Wanda. Well, Wanda could have ended the whole fucking movie right there.
Oh, she almost did.
But back to Batman, because I'm
Mm.
only here for another 22 minutes.
No, I
Um,
feel you. Yeah, but
no, you're good.
we'll dip into the DCU fucking bubble soon enough. But yeah, fucking Batman, dude. Like Zoe Kravitz. I mean, I am never been a huge fan of the uber skinny woman, but goddamn, not only could she work her sexuality like a fucking weapon, but once again, that was fucking Selena Kyle. Like,
She, I won't say, I won't be cliche like some of the reviews said that, Zoe Kravitz stole the show and blah, 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 blah. But
oh, she
I,
did.
I appreciated her role and Jeffrey Wright's role without taking anything away from Robert Pattinson more
Yeah.
than Robert Pattinson.
The only
Go ahead.
God. No, I was gonna say the only way that Jeffrey Wright's character could be more accurate comic wise, the only one that beats him is the animated series Batman, just because that one's white. And I don't mean to sound racial. He's that fucking good.
Yeah.
Like that was Jim fucking Gordon. Like they nailed year two and the long Halloween so well. Like, dude, Riddler was phenomenal, dude. Like I
Because
God,
the long Halloween was Joker though, wasn't it?
no, it was Riddler. And
It
instead of
was.
him, no, it was Riddler. And instead of going to talk to the Joker in the deleted scene, he goes to talk with Calendar Man because
Ah,
Calendar Man kills people
yes.
based on the day, yeah, about
Yeah.
holidays and
Okay.
shit.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
and this was also, I do believe, if memory serves me right, one of the times when Riddler figured out that Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Yeah. I
Which he
remember that
does
now.
quite a bit because he's actually smarter than Joker. And the
Oh,
I want to see, especially with that deleted scene. Watch the deleted scene, dude, and pay attention because we will definitely have to revisit this when we have more time to actually break down the fucking movie, dude. Because if you watch that scene and then actually fit like where it factors into the movie, and then the end part where they're giggling maniacally in the cell makes a lot more sense.
gotcha.
Like,
Excuse me.
and then with the Gotham, they're having the Gotham City PD show come out. I have a feeling that we're going to end up getting No Man's Land and on big screen with big budget.
Haven't read that, so I need to do my homework.
Um, Basically, Gotham gets infested with a plague. I mean, we already seen the Venom, that green shit that he injects himself with. That's
Oh,
based,
Bane.
yeah. No, Batman in the movie. Batman
Oh,
injects
oh,
himself with Venom.
I thought it was adrenaline. Honestly.
No, that's Venom. Like they straight up said,
Yes.
Bane's in this world. Look, and Batman baned
Yes.
out for like that. Yeah, like he banged out and thought he was crushing the guy's skull when he was just bashing the ground next to him. Now, hopefully, we can actually get a comic accurate Bane and get a Mexican dude up in here
Yeah.
instead of fucking Tom Hardy's weirdness.
5'8" ass.
Right? It's like even jacked up. I still wish I like that's one of those things I wish I could have met him when he was all ripped like that, just so I can look and be like, oh, you're so puffy and tiny.
Exactly. That bothered me as well because Bane is supposed to be extremely physically imposing to you. Not,
Bane's yeah, Bane's my height and good shape.
yeah,
Like and
and he's
Mexican.
also smart and
Very
smart as
Mexican.
shit and
Yeah,
super
like
smart.
he runs cartels. Like not
Yeah,
just plural.
I love his character. I love his portrayal in Young Justice. He's been the shit in that.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
dude, we'll have to when this season's over of Young Justice 4, we'll have to have a an episode or two
Dude,
about.
Young Justice is a fire ass show.
I you know how far my cartoon knowledge extends and the cartoons that I've seen and the stuff that I've watched and not even just saying in the 2000s from 2000 on till now, but I will go on record saying that Young Justice is one of the greatest cartoons ever made in the history of animation.
I could definitely put it in the top 10. I
And
don't yeah, like
I think it's in my top 10 all time. And Avatar: The Last Airbender is in there as well. But anyway, back to Batman.
yeah.
Sorry, because we can't just too much. We don't have a
No,
lot of time.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing I
You're
told you,
you fucked it up. It's all good.
I know. What I was going to tell you, like the subtle nuances that I really loved, and why I have to go back and watch the movie again. So one thing that I've wanted to see, and that I really wish that they would do more of in movies like this, or spy movies, or superhero movies, tech movies, is the moment that this motherfucker took his contact lens out and it was recording and gathering intel, my face lit up so much because of that little Batman-esque thing that he did. I was like,
Yep.
why haven't we seen this on the screen before? Like that was probably my favorite moment in the entire fucking film. Just because it was so subtle, but it was towards his detective and intel gathering part of his character. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. and it was like having a HUD display,
Mm-hmm.
right where you are. And, it was gathering that the
A
names.
real one, not some super futuristic billionaire Iron Man type shit. Like
Yeah,
a realistic one. Like, yeah, obviously it would be some DARPA level fucking tech, but that I believe exists. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
so cool. I
Oh yeah.
I legit had a little nerdgasm when I saw that shit.
Like I love how they modernized Batman. Like how like like just still it's like yeah you had cell phones but it's like they weren't like a huge priority. Like it still held true to like the original demographic.
So, commenting on that, I thought it was super cool, which I think it was The Dark Knight, where they used the cell phones for echolocation. That was pretty
Yeah,
fancy.
that
That
was
was
cool.
super. That was some super technological Batman-esque type shit.
Yeah,
But
that it's like Bale's Batman. He was like that. That's Bale's Bruce Wayne was phenomenal. His
yes,
Batman, he was like,
it was meh to me.
yeah, it was more Bruce Wayne playing as Batman. Like the first movie, yeah, he was Batman, and then the second movie, he really had to step back into it, and then after that, it was just cosplaying.
It's an unpopular opinion. Batman Begins is my favorite of the trilogy,
Yeah, Katie Holmes kicks ass.
and
Katie
just
Holmes stole the show like Zoe Kravitz did.
she her character got on my nerves a little bit, but she definitely kept Bale's Bruce very grounded and on the right track. I
Oh yeah,
appreciated that. She was his homing beacon,
oh
and
yeah,
I loved the progression in that first movie, and it was like I said, I enjoy watching that one over and over and over again. But don't get me wrong, I still liked The Dark Knight, and
yeah.
not because of Heath Ledger or anything like that, but it was a solid mystery movie. Trying to get some crazy dude
Oh yeah.
from fucking up shit, and
Dude,
and
that is one Joker I'm mad that we'll never get to see because of how original that Joker was. Like that,
and
he'll never, no one will ever continue the part out of honor for Heath Ledger, which makes sense. And but still, like that Joker was fucking that CIA agent Joker. Like
dude
fuck
was
that.
super super smart,
That
super
he was super. It was close to a Super Saiyan Joker, but
it
like
was it was like it was almost like a Riddler Joker did a fusion
yeah.
dance. So,
I
but
mean, you're not wrong, but yeah, dude. Like, I gotta say this, man. Like, Zoe Kravitz in fucking in the Batman was amazing. Like,
yeah,
I want to see a solo movie or even like a limited series about her shit.
that would be cool.
Like,
I
she
and
is why we have shotguns because that little ninja ass girl will whoop the fuck out of somebody. And it's like,
yeah,
no, I need the spread of the buckshot to try and cover the most. No. Mm-mm.
she really did remind me a little bit of the two versions of Catwoman that I loved. The Batman the animated series ones, and then
Mhm.
the Arkham Knight. No,
Yeah.
Arkham City, Catwoman. She reminded me of that, and she was in her early days too.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty dope. Like I was really captivated by her character early on, not just because it's Zoe Kravitz and she's beautiful,
Yeah.
but when Bruce was spying on her in the apartment with her and Annika, excuse me, and she just goes and puts on her bodysuit,
Oh yeah,
and then she just casually flips out the fucking fire escape like nothing. You're like, okay, she's serious about her shit.
and I love her mask. How it's literally just like zero effort. Like here, okay, fine, there. I'm covering my face. You can't tell it's me.
Right, and again, it was very, like I said, early on in the
Natural.
development. Yeah, early
Yeah.
on in the development of that stuff, and I, I'm probably going to get butchered for this, but I enjoyed her Catwoman more than Michelle Pfeiffer's, as iconic as that one was.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about a lot of Batman films. It's like, as individual performances go, I gotta give it to Zoe Kravitz and fucking the chick from the third Batman movie. They both did very comic book accurate Selena Kyle, fucking Catwoman. But then you got fucking Michelle Pfeiffer. That's just Tim Burton's fucking crazy ass world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's the OG that kind of brought us like dark Batman.
Yeah. And
Besides the
I
comic
love that.
version.
I
Yeah,
love
but
that.
it's like, woman, don't you start with blasphemy. I'll fucking kick you. I'll unmute. I will change your privileges and unmute you automatically. Don't start with me.
I'm cooking. What did she say?
She's like blasphemy.
uh no.
No, Michelle Pfeiffer, her Batman is iconic for other reasons, like how Michael Keaton's Batman's iconic, how Adam West's Batman's iconic. The films they don't really hold up that well to the test of time. If you look at them from a critical point of view, like cinematography, special effects, they're cool,
There's a
but they're
very sentimental value to those
exactly.
nostalgic value to those that still allows you to transport yourself back to 1989 when those came out.
Yeah,
If you were
you
old enough to see them when they came out, to relive that moment, like, damn, this is how I felt when I watched this, and you still get that same feeling.
Yeah, some people
The
can try
same
and
way.
replicate that, but
Yeah,
everybody has stuff like that for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, Michelle's performance influenced Catwoman in a lot of ways
sure
in the
did.
comic, in the fucking cartoon. Like, because
Mm-hmm.
Tim Burton looked at the character from a totally different lens and a totally different point of view. But at the same time, if we were to put the two together, I'd have for just Catwoman as a character, I'd have to give it to Zoe Kravitz, just
Yeah,
because for she's the burglar. Like Michelle Pfeiffer is number three for me. Like, yeah, I would have to go with the one from the Bale trilogy, then
not a
fucking
fan of
Zoe.
Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I would, dude. Oh my god. Like, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That part where she fucking pins dude up to the fucking wall. Ooh.
Is that all the
Ooh.
cheese?
Oh, it's all the cheese and the crackers.
That's my cheese.
Mm.
I know. That's right, wife. Make mine nice.
Yeah, she'll kick your ass. I know she
No,
will.
no, she's too sweet, and I wouldn't be mean to her anyway.
Yeah, you call it being not being mean. We all know it's fear.
Good face.
Tomato, tomato.
And what was it? Oh no, that's Saved by the Bell. It's not good to fear your girlfriend. Slater saying about Jesse. What
I
was I gonna say?
don't know.
The I like how smitten with the kitten Pattinson's bat was with her damn near immediately.
Oh yeah,
It was
like
like
he simped
instant.
the fuck, dude. That I love that. Like, and she knew it, and she fucking knew it too. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like that is one thing I always liked about like Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. They weaponized everything about themselves. Like, they're
Uh-huh.
not sitting there like just banging everybody. You may think they are because they're using every weapon in their arsenal to get what they want and they need in life, but they're just making that illusion. And
Yeah.
she had Batman on a fucking short leash.
He was
Like,
swooning hard.
and dude, as soon as she did that flip, he was done. He's like, I can't adopt her. What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
It's an orphan I can't adopt, and she's pretty. Damn
Yeah.
it, Alfred.
And I don't know. So I know we've talked about the animated DC movies off air
Phenomenal.
and how much we love them. Did you see any of the little like the short for Catwoman where she has the short haircut like that too, and with the black
No.
hair? Oh, you got to find it,
Are they
dude.
on HBO Max?
I'll have to find it, and if not, I'll find a link for it for you. But I want to say there's two appearances, whether it was in one of the feature full length hour 17, hour 20-minute ones, and then like a little short expose one. But
Hmm.
Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman reminded me a lot of that, and I think that's where they took some inspiration from.
I wouldn't
And
be
that
shocked. I mean, dude, the DC, dude, the only thing that DC animated shit hasn't done 100% correct is the fucking Green Lantern stuff yet. Besides that, everything else they've gotten fucking what right.
Yeah,
Like, I
and
mean, their DC shit is phenomenal.
yeah, I love their animated stuff. They
Yeah,
are
like
they are top tier on that.
I really want like if I was dying, if I was a little kid and I was dying of cancer, I'd straight up want my one make a wish to be let me do fucking a Green Knight arc of movies.
Hmm.
Like I want to do Blackest Night so much, so bad. Like especially with how Snyderverse is. Oh my god. Give me 15 minutes with that man and be like, what do you want to do? And just hand him the fucking graphic novel like this. I want to do this. I want to kill everything. Everything. Everything.
Everything.
It's like
Everything.
you've heard. Hey, have you ever heard the tragic tale of our Lord and Savior Dead Man yet? Have you? No. Okay, come with me. Like
Yeah.
just oh my god, I say it all the fucking time, but I need to fucking do that so much. It needs to be done. Like
Is that all the tomatoes and lettuce? Oh.
you're the tomatoes and lettuce.
Want some? Because I mean, I can just. Because it was like a little free.
I remember. I'm just gonna shoot you a picture of these behemoth nachos my wife is about to have.
You see, if you're gonna start doing that, you do realize I know that FedEx will ship food 24 hours, so you make good money now. So I will be in. I will give you my address. I will require plates.
Require plates.
I will require plates from people. Don't be fucking with me, dog.
Where is it? Okay, here they come.
Oh
Uh,
shit. Where are you sending them?
I'm putting it in the Discord.
Oh shit. The guest chat or the
Yeah, the well,
okay.
yeah, where she said blasphemy. Here it is. I'm like, really, honey?
Oh fuck you. I'm stealing your wife.
I'm like, dude.
I'm moving to Dallas just so I can have her. I'll fucking hire her to make me food like that. God damn.
Yeah, we had some ground turkey that from my meal plan left over, and then I have um some chicken left over from mine. So I guess I'm fixing my own plate still, even though.
Ho, 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 ho,
Uh-huh.
ho,
That's all right. I don't need you, woman. I don't need you.
ho. Until a scary movie comes on, then you need her.
Shut your fucking face right now on live. You bastard. You bastard. Y'all ain't hear that. Y'all ain't hear that. I can watch
Oh shit!
I can watch scary movies, God damn it. I don't need to
All
cuddle up with
right,
my wife and watch cartoons afterwards.
we'll do a live stream of The Exorcist, director's cut.
My internet might have some problems when we do that. Man,
I'll put
yeah,
on the edited for TV version. That way, it'll only be like 10 minutes long.
right?
Oh, dude!
uh,
But yeah, I can't wait for what the fucking Batman's gonna open up for us, dude. Like it's. I had my massive doubts until I saw that trailer, and I'm glad that they did not deviate from that trailer. Like I love how they changed the dialogue for the trailer. Like just that like that the iconic line of "If you are justice, please do not lie." Like how they changed that for how the actual dialogue was.
yeah.
Masterful, masterful.
So I didn't like I said, I had my issue with the guy they chose when they unmasked the Riddler. I was like, really, man? Like this punk
Yeah.
ass? Like, huh?
Yes.
But
Yes.
you know who I would have
Look.
preferred?
Go look at
The guy
no,
from
no,
Gotham.
no. Go look at the comics. That was always what the Riddler looked like.
Yeah, I liked the kid from Gotham. I liked him a lot.
Oh, dude, Gotham's its own animal, dude. That fucking Jeremiah, dude. Like everybody they had in Gotham was a phenomenal cast.
Yeah, I liked that. that Riddler. He did a really
That
good job.
Edward Nigma.
Yeah, he did a really, really good job.
Yeah,
So
he
I would
did.
have liked to have seen something akin to that, but I'm not angry. It just pisses me off that Riddler was essentially your next door neighbor, the guy technical support that you call, and he was like,
Yeah,
"This month." I
he
was like,
was a
"Okay,
forensic accountant.
yeah." I was like, "This
Like,
bit,
but how gangster is that shit, dude? Like, he broke down accounting. That's how he figured it all out.
yeah,
And like
yeah,
the way and like him talking about like how weak he is, and like it makes sense with that first kill.
yeah."
Like that
And
shit was so sloppy. It was great.
that reminded me of the Bale movies when that one dude in accounting was like, "I see we're diverting a lot of assets to such and such and such," and Morgan
Uh
Freeman
huh.
like immediately puts him in his place, and
Yeah.
because he thinks he's about to be all big and bad and shit, and then Morgan Freeman's like, "Oh, okay, I got one for you." That will never
You
not be
you
funny.
you're telling me your plan is to blackmail a man you suspect of who spends his nights beating criminals to a pulp? Have a good day,
Uh,
sir. Like
and
that was fantastic. Like, but then at the same time, then we have this Riddler's that's like, okay, hold my beer.
yeah, and see, I thought that they were, and I'm glad that it didn't happen early on, but I'm kind of mad that he figured out early on who he was. But I was like, oh, when he talked about unmasking, I knew immediately that he was talking about Bruce, about
Oh,
Batman,
that was gorgeous, dude.
and I was
That
like,
part.
oh, I was like, that's where they're going with this. Okay, awesome.
It's like, are
And,
we? Is he gonna go dark this young? Like when he looked at the security camera, like Batman gonna kill somebody.
right? He's like, I might have to cross the line for a second.
Yep, I saw that too. I'm like, oh, he
Uh,
gonna fight.
like, wow. So I thought that was pretty cool.
And
No,
that
like I said,
absolute relief on his face, like, whew.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I just wasn't wowed, and I didn't dislike it. I liked what they were doing for this first outing as this Batman, and what it could mean for other films. I want to. This gives, just like I say about Tom Holland, this gives Robert Pattinson's Batman character a chance to grow physically and in the character. Um,
I'm gonna just
and
say this. I'm gonna just say this. I want you to hop everything on your queue. On your watching queue. I want you to pause it, and I want you to go watch the Long Halloween, the animated movie.
I watched both of them already.
Okay, okay. That like I'm trying not to go full fanboy on you right now during this podcast out of absolute respect because this was apology. This movie was this movie is the equivalent to the apology that Shang-Chi was.
Mm. Yeah.
Like as a Batman like fan, like this was the Batman that we not only deserved but we asked for. Like you said, flawed, broken. We didn't see Bruce Wayne. We saw Batman. We
That needs
got
to
a
be Bruce Wayne.
Batman movie. We never saw Bruce Wayne. Like it I understand where you're coming from. It's not that movie that's designed to be like the blockbuster that like the Christopher Nolan movies were.
And
This
I'm
is
not. I was never a big fan of the Christopher Nolan films, except the first one. Because here's my thing. I like what Nolan did because he wanted to ground things in reality, the same
yeah,
way that the MCU did with the Ultimates version of the characters, making it more grounded in reality. But I don't want to
basically.
see reality. I live in reality. I don't want to see reality. I want to see fantastical. I want to see my Batman go up against a big giant fucking Clayface and a Killer Croc that's like 10 feet tall. I want to see the supernatural
Yeah.
in that. So I appreciate this Batman with Pattinson and Bale's because they made it practical, and I get it, and I understood it, and I liked it because like somebody with money, somebody with some time, somebody with some training could actually go out and really do this shit, and I liked that aspect, but I still wanted to see the fantastical side of it when it comes to Batman.
Give it
And
time.
the closest that I got to that was, and it was executed poorly, was Ben Affleck's against Doomsday and all that shit. And I wanted to see that done right. I wanted that kind of Batman done right.
That was probably that's a lot of studio interference. Honestly, if we're gonna get break down the brass tacks of the Zack Snyder fucking Justice League, what was holding him back, even with him being allowed to go and finish his shit by the sheer demand from the fans, he was still handicapped in what he actually wanted to do and plan the fuck out. So that's one of those things that it kind of gets the buy on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I get where you're coming from because I love that aspect of it, like the new gods and the old gods. When Kirby left, those were the DC out there comics that I loved. Superman, I give him his nod. Green Lantern, on the other hand, I fuck with that. And then I learned about the new gods later on. After that, I'm like, oh, what's
Think about
this?
it. Everything that we watched in the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited cartoons and Batman is a fucking human whose superpower is his brilliant ass fucking mind and his technology. He gives them all the business even though he has no powers. So I want to see that on screen.
Well,
done
we
right.
just got to start off for that. Like legit, I can not only see this world going into bringing in like the Miracle Man and the Justice Society of America in one way, shape, or form or another. I can also see Green Lantern coming in. I can see Martian Manhunter being involved in one way, shape, or form. I can see the Dark Justice League being brought in too.
Good work.
Because this Batman is not grounded in reality. He's more grounded in practicality, but not reality.
And I'd be okay with that.
This does not have the grounded feel of reality that Nolan's had.
Mm-hmm.
His had that separated alternate Earth where there was somebody who were like basically an Elon Musk became a vigilante. This is the start of its own animal, and
I have hopes. Like I said, I wasn't
I
one of
have
those people that were
I
shitting
have
on
great
Patton in
hopes.
the moment that he was cast. I was like, dude, he'll be fine. He's a great actor. What's going to come down to is the script and what they give him to
Mm-hmm.
work with. I was like, I had no doubt in his acting chops. I just aesthetically, I don't like his face for Bruce Wayne. He's not pretty boy enough for me unless
No,
they give him a different fucking haircut.
and his haircut worked for this as recluse as he was. It worked.
And I was like, dude, I don't want to see freaking Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire as Batman. I don't want to see that.
Is anybody talking about the soundtrack? The narrative?
No, we hadn't got that far.
Oh my god, the soundtrack was phenomenal.
Yeah. But it is 9 o'clock, sir. We
Yeah, it
we
is.
we we can pick it up again later and continue this because I'm gonna watch it again. I had plans to watch it again anyway, so we can talk about that. We can talk about the soundtrack,
We can do part two.
some other things that I'll probably pick up because yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'll probably even go watch Batman Year One animated, then read Batman Year One,
Mm-hmm.
and then watch this one because I haven't seen Batman Year One since it came out when I was
Yeah,
actually buying the physical copies of these DC animated movies.
yeah, dude. This is like that Batman movie. Like there's. It's a work of fucking art.
And like I said, I was
But
okay
yeah.
that we were just thrust into that world where he's already Batman. So I
Mm-hmm.
still wanted to see just
Mm-mm.
something
No,
for us to know that he did train, that he kept
we
up with his
already
work.
know that he's Batman. This is him just starting. It's year
Mm.
two. He's established that. We don't need any more Batman training. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I don't feel him believable. That's the thing. As like I say, because he's not physically imposing enough, but he still kicked everybody's ass. I wanted to believe that this dude could kick my ass. I didn't believe that.
watch it again. But yeah,
But
it is not.
I
We are at our time. No, no, no. You're right. You're right. We are at a time to be continued.
Yes, part two. I'm gonna
Part
go
two.
enjoy my nachos and my carbs.
I'm gonna go eat some food myself. Y'all take care. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Laters. Peace.